Welcome to our channel where we update the latest, most shocking and dramatic details of the hit TV series Beyond the Gates. If you are an audience who loves thrilling mind games, hidden conspiracies that can turn the whole family upside down, then you definitely cannot miss the developments that we are about to reveal. Today, we will take you into a dark spiral in the secret war between Naomi and Hayley, two strong women but on two opposing sides, with a mysterious will that can destroy all relationships in the Hamilton family. For a long time, Naomi has been silently observing Hayley's every move with a suspicious and wary gaze. Ever since Hayley stepped into the Hamilton house as Bill's newlywed wife, Naomi has felt that something was wrong. She has always been the one who understands the personalities of each member of the Hamilton family, especially Bill, a man who is always cautious, discreet, and has never easily shared control of the property. However, since the wedding, everything has changed so quickly that Naomi cannot sit still. Hayley seems to grasp every corner of Bill's financial life. Not only that, she also appears more and more in the family's internal meetings, where key issues are discussed. That makes Naomi suspicious that Hayley is secretly plotting a dangerous plan to seize the Hamilton family's assets. At first, Naomi had no specific evidence, it was all just a hunch. But then an event awakened her fighting instinct. Once accidentally entering Bill's private library, Naomi discovered a safe that was slightly open. Inside was a thin file that had been carefully kept, and although she knew that rummaging through private belongings was taboo, Naomi couldn't help but feel a growing sense of unease. She quickly flipped through a few pages, and what caught her eye was a will with completely different content than what the whole family had ever known. What was even more terrifying was that Hayley's name appeared clearly, with a superior inheritance right over all other members. Naomi was almost stunned. She immediately understood that this was not the original will. She remembered very clearly the content of the original, where Bill had divided the assets equally among the children and a portion for charity. There was absolutely no way to concentrate all the power on a single person, especially a newlywed wife like Hayley. From that moment, all of Naomi's doubts became obvious. Hayley had forged the will, or somehow forced Bill to change his mind in a moment of weakness. Either way, Naomi couldn't let this happen again. She decided to keep quiet, not revealing anything to the rest of the family. That silence wasn't out of fear, but the first step in her counterattack plan. Naomi knew that to confront someone like Hayley, who was clearly not as simple as she appeared, she had to calculate carefully and prepare everything quietly. Within a few days, Naomi began looking for a lawyer with experience in complex wills and inheritance disputes. She couldn't trust anyone in her family's network, because if the information leaked out, Hayley would have enough time to cover up all traces. After many phone calls and a few discreet meetings in coffee shops deep in the city, Naomi found a lawyer named Marcus who had successfully exposed the will forgeries of professional gold diggers. Naomi gave Marcus every detail she had, from the suspicious will to Hayley's recent unusual behavior. She told him about Hayley's sudden closeness with Bill's financial manager, how she always tried to control family meetings, and even deliberately isolated influential people in the house. Marcus listened, took notes, and began secretly gathering evidence, while Naomi continued to play the role of the calm, friendly sister-in-law as if nothing had happened. Inside her, the fire of battle was smoldering. Naomi knew that if Hayley had really created a fake will and kept it as a card waiting to be played, that day would not be far away. And she would not let Hayley have it all. Would not let anyone usurp the legacy that generations of Hamiltons had built with blood and tears. As the days passed, Naomi's wisdom and patience became more evident. She begins to build close relationships with those who were behind the scenes of the family's finances, the old accountants, Bill's former assistants, even the longtime janitor. Naomi carefully pieces together every little word, every little detail they provide to create a big picture. And that picture becomes clearer and clearer. Hayley doesn't just want wealth, she wants power, and may even be aiming to control the entire Hamilton group in the near future. Hayley's true motives gradually become clear. She has a shady past, having been accused of financial fraud, although she has never been convicted due to lack of evidence. Naomi realizes that the Hamilton family is facing a greater danger than anyone could imagine. And she is the only one who has recognized it from the beginning. While waiting for Marcus to complete the investigation, Naomi still maintains her role. She continued to smile at Hayley at meals, even offering to help her organize a charity event that Bill planned to host. Hayley had no idea that her quiet sister-in-law was preparing a brutal legal battle behind the scenes. Naomi didn't need to shout to show her power, she acted in silence, and that silence would become an undercurrent that washed away all the lies. When Marcus gave her first report, Naomi carefully read every page, every line, every data about unusual transfers, documents signed from unknown sources, and especially the signature on the will. It all began to reveal a plot that had been calculated for a long time. Hayley didn't act randomly, she had a goal, a plan, and was very patient. But Naomi was not someone who was easily defeated. No matter how smart her enemy was, she would find her weakness and defeat her opponent at the right time. In Naomi's mind, a battle had been meticulously planned. She would not only expose the truth, but also make Hayley lose everything, step by step, leaving no way back. And when the time came, when the evidence was strong enough to present to the court, Naomi would be the one to strike the fatal blow, ending Hayley's dream of taking over the Hamilton house forever. But before that happened, she continued to stay silent, observe, and wait for the right moment, because Naomi understood that true victory only comes to those who know how to be patient and know how to strike at the right time. When all the last pieces were completed, Naomi felt that the opportunity had come. She no longer had to wait or be cautious about anything. The evidence Marcus had collected was enough to form a criminal case, and if handled skillfully, Hayley's entire scheme would be exposed to the light of the law. But Naomi was in no hurry to present everything in a family meeting. She knew that if she simply threw all the files on the table, Hayley would deny it, cry, and make up a series of excuses to distract others. Naomi needed a thorough end, without any aftershocks or opportunities to resist. She arranged a private meeting with Bill in his office, where all the secrets began, and where all the truths would end. When Bill listened to what Naomi presented, with clear evidence from signature experts, documents proving Hayley's old identity, as well as a series of shady financial transactions conducted through subaccounts, he collapsed. Although his heart still loved his young wife, his reason could not refute the obvious facts. He admitted that he was too weak, too trusting in love, forgetting that power and wealth always come with dangers. And he left the matter to Naomi, with absolute faith in her abilities. Naomi acted like a true warrior. She did not scream, did not expose Hayley in public, but instead, she quietly handed over all the documents to the family's lawyer, requested to terminate all inheritance rights, freeze accounts related to Hayley's name, and initiate legal proceedings to prosecute the act of forging a will. In less than 48 hours, Hayley received notices from the court and her lawyer, forcing her to face up to everything she had done. Hayley's downfall came as quickly as her rise to the top. No one in the family spoke up to defend her. Silence reigned over the last dinner she attended at the Hamilton mansion, a cold meal, where everyone's eyes were filled with disappointment and contempt. Hayley left the next morning, without a word of farewell, without anyone to see her off. And then, as if she had never existed, Hayley's name was erased from all internal documents, all property allocations, all future plans. The Hamilton family returned to its original order, and Naomi became the hero in the shadows, the one who saved the reputation, the fortune, and even the spirit of a family that had been on the brink of betrayal from within its own roof. She did not need honor, did not need thanks, because her silence was the most terrifying power. This story has ended, but the undercurrents in the Hamilton family have not yet completely calmed down. The old forces have not completely disappeared, the opportunists still lurk in the shadows. And surely, new secrets will soon be revealed, leading to further tragedies and conspiracies. Don't miss any developments. Follow and subscribe to our channel to continue exploring the dramatic, shocking details of the movie Beyond the Gates. We will always accompany you through every dangerous twist and unexpected turn of the characters. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, the truth always has a price, but trust cannot be exchanged. Follow and subscribe to our channel today.